police, so that officers wherever they are know that there's some minorities that need to be shot. Yeah, let's rush in.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I don't know. It's just none of it is. It's all going to kill us, but actually none of it means anything. I mean, it's just all of it is a sort of a strange political mirage in which the thing we think is happening is really to serve something else, and reason is gone, and it's just it's pretty bleak.
I work with a guy at my job. I said, "How you feeling?" "I'm oppressed, brother." He's serious. He said, "You don't feel oppressed when you get up?" I said, "No, I get up and I have my coffee and turn on my music." And he said, "Oh, come on, Shipp, you're missing the point. We're getting attacked.
Brother.
I'm oppressed." He said, "I want my reparations." I said, "Well, good luck with that. I think that
Yeah.
I said, "Most of them will probably just go out and buy a cell phone and get some Jordans. It doesn't matter. We want our money." I said, "Okay." I'm serious. He wants his money.
He's right, man.
He says, "Hey, man."
He's right.
He says, he really got ticked off. And one of the white guys said, "Well, you guys weren't enslaved for a whole 400 years. You were close, but not a whole 400."
Oh, God, help us.
Well, that's the important part that you should be upset about is the time span. The fact that you were enslaved, really, that's the minor issue.
Yeah.
We can deal with it. That's not the important thing. Let's focus on the 400. Come on. Yeah. Really, 400? Yeah. Come on. So doesn't that make your whole argument about slavery being a bad thing? Doesn't that just disqualify the argument?
That's the Bill O'Reilly line when he said, I mean, a lot of them were fed and clothed. They had a nice indoor space to live in. So it wasn't that bad.
And, Bill O'Reilly, this was one of those, you ever see headlines that pop up in your feed or, whatever, if you get the news alerts and you look at it and you can't read the story. You can't.
Yeah.
I saw a headline pop up this week that Bill O'Reilly says he would do a show at a substantial competing network. From Fox, which I thought, well, that's nice because I would play for the NHL in a top tier team. Maybe I would join the Las Vegas Knights because it's a new franchise, it's growing. Maybe I'll do that. David, can you skate? Nope. You ever play hockey on anything approaching a professional level? Nope. But I would. So it's like, I saw that headline, what the fuck? No, you won't.
No.
Go away.
He's doing podcasts now, while driving in his car. Literally. It's the saddest thing. It's amazing.
Oh, man. Maybe Alex Jones and Glenn Beck and all the other failing, right-wing media franchises, maybe they will all band together and form a unified force of idiocy.
Right.
Veritable acrobatics. I can understand that. So, any other big issues?
Well, it's funny. It says speaking of the Philando Castle incident, the police officer who shot him said the smell of marijuana made him fear for his life. Now, you guys smoke a little pot, David?
No, I don't. I smoke a lot of pot.
Well, I mean, has pot
occasionally I'll smoke a little.
Yeah, but is there any fear for your life if you smell it? That's what he says. He said the fear. He smelled marijuana, so he feared for his life.
I wouldn't say the smell causes fear for my life. It does cause fear that I'm going to wind up listening to someone talk about this Great Dead bootleg they just got, which is greatly uncomfortable, but I wouldn't say life-threatening. Yeah, that's one of the weird things. I used to work at a music venue, at a bar, and whenever you hear someone like this saying, "Oh yeah, I smelled weed and I was afraid for my life," as someone who has, basically worked in the field, the shows the nights where we had reggae bands or acts that were, more likely to bring in a pot smoking crowd, those shows working security at a club were a dream compared to the nights when we had like big beer drinking shows. A room full of stoners versus a room full of drunk people. Fuck, I felt more in fear of my life on the nights, when we just had regular drunks coming in.
Well, in the case of this officer, in the Philando Castile case, he's in theory trained. This is something. He should be very used to the smell of pot, and he specifically asked for his license and registration. The guy was following his order and informed him that he was carrying a firearm. To me, it seems like there's no excuse for what happened.
That's the thing. If you are in fear for your life and it is to a degree that it is going to affect your performance at your job, find another job. Yeah. I mean, working office jobs. Well, Excel spreadsheets killed my father, so I can't do Excel spreadsheets. Then don't get an office job. Right. That's the thing. We need qualified police officers, and we need the police officers who are qualified and who are doing a good job to fucking stand up. Right. You hear so many people on the conservative side of things that whenever there's a terrorist attack perpetrated by a Muslim extremist, they say, well, all the Muslims have to stand up and say this is a bad thing. So when when a cop shoots, a card registered gun owner, the NRA needs to stand up. Right. When, one police officer does a bad thing, all of the police officers have to stand up and say, this is wrong.
Right.
It's if you demand that accountability from the other side, you fucking better be prepared to provide it for your own side.
Well, I will say Beck did arrest, because they had some cadets that stole some cars, and Beck arrested one of the cops who had a love affair with one of the 15-year-old cadets, and went and arrested him personally. But he invited all the cameras to come and see him arrest this guy. I wanted to send the word that we're not going to tolerate this. Yeah, okay, Beck. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
My friend posted something I thought was really insightful. She said whenever people post adorable videos on social media of cops like escorting ducklings, a family of ducklings across the freeway, she's like, I don't think that shit's cute at all. That tells me that they
have the ability to be caring.
Well, yeah, exactly, and that they treasure these ducklings' lives more than my life.
Duck lives
they
matter.
Don't have hundreds of years of conditioning against ducklings, to contend with. It's obviously, a false equivalency.
So we need to introduce orange sauce to police training, is what you're saying. Show these ducks who's boss once and for all. That's what we're
we got some orange sauce in the White House. What more do they need?
Too much orange, not enough sauce.
Yes. Right. What we need to do is show them Howard the Duck. Then they'll hate all.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sorry. Not a great movie, but
it's not a good movie.
Not to speak against. But Howard the Duck was a great comic book.
Yes.
Great comic book did not translate to the silver screen.
Disco
Rick
Duck.
Dees.
Rick Dees,
Disco Duck.
Yeah, and he made a killing off of that.
Mm-hmm. Also, I want to bring back Go Fuck a Duck. I mean, that's been gone for a while. And nobody's using it. Whatever happened to that?
Well, also,
who said go fuck a duck?
Back in the that was 70s always, and 80s, it was the thing.
Certain slang like that has disappeared. Go fuck a duck.
Duck.
It's gone the way of Cheez-It. The cops are here.
Cheez-It.
Although this does bring, as long as we're rambling to close the show out. Did anyone watch the ABC's new Gong Show?
No.
This week. I'm pretty sure they're calling it the Gong Show because NBC threatened to sue over the title America's Got Patience. I was a big fan of the Gong Show when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Of course, I was a kid.
Yes.
And also, it was only 30 minutes.
Is it
like
longer?
it's an hour. It's an hour show now.
Well, I saw that the host is this character played by Mike Myers, and how bizarre it is that this is his first acting role in basically 10 years. He chose to play this weird British character on a game show.
Well, I guess he figures some people still remember the Love Guru.
Yeah,
Is he doing like Austin Powers?
Basically,
as
but more
game show host?
more English than Scottish.
Right.
But
God.
yeah, it is somewhat weird.
I wanted to also introduce you to the I was at work talking to a local gang member, and he was sharing with me about his. I said, "So how'd you get in trouble?" Well, man, I was just walking down the street. I mean, I only been locked up 5 times. Only been locked up for this on my 5th time. But I was talking to the homie, and then the homie said she was coming, and then he just went down and whoop the whoop, and when the whoop the whoop went down in the whoop, I was just trying to see what the whoop the whoop, and then the whoop, and I still want to know what is that's going to be a new
What
language.
he said?
Whoop the whoop. I want to know whoop the whoop.
I like it.
Whoop the whoop, and the whoop, and the whoop.
Maybe we can send him back to my hometown, Chicago. There's a guy. Actually, I hope he's still around. This guy goes by the name Ronnie Woo.
Ronnie Woo.
And rides his bicycle around Wrigleyville, in circles. When the Cubs have a big win, there's Ronnie Woo, riding his bike in circles in the middle of the intersection. Cubs, woo! I'm like. One of those weird things. So maybe we can get these two guys together, put more woo into his whoop-de-woo.
Yeah, whoop-de-woo.
Frightening. Yeah. All right. Well, we are close to the end of an hour. This seems like a wonderful time to wish everyone a good week. Anyone have anything they'd like to plug this week?
I don't.
Josh,
Nope.
You always give your Twitter handle, but you had some great memes that got picked up by HuffPost yet again.
Yeah.
So folks should definitely want to check that out.
At Mr. Josh Greenberg, or just find me on Facebook, Josh Greenberg.
There you go. Erika, anything you want to?
I'm still Shickety on Twitter. I'm looking for a place to live. So if you live in the greater Los Angeles area and know of a fantastic little guest house, just please call the show and let us know. Let me know.
Find us on Facebook. You can
I
get in
would
touch.
have had a show tonight, but I had root canal on Thursday, so I didn't think.
Who books that? No.
So I wasn't able to, wasn't able to do the show, so I had to cancel it. 'Cause I didn't know if I'd be able to speak.
Well, glad you were able to speak. Glad you're here. You are on Twitter at Tymon Shipp.
Tymon Shipp.
I am there at Stand Up Fall Down, the show Let's Be Treasonable, -2 Bs. And you can find us all on Facebook. Please do, if you enjoyed the show, please tell everybody. Spread the word. If you didn't, keep it to yourself. We are on Spreaker. We're on iTunes. Slowly taking over the bandwidth, getting into the airwaves, and we are pleased that you made us a part of your day. As they say on some other show, if it's Sunday, it's meet them. If it's Saturday, we're first. For Let's Be Treasonable, I'm Dr. David Robinson. Y'all have a good week. Take care of yourselves.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.